In ancient Rome, where the fate of the Republic was shaped by political ambition and power struggles, Cato the Younger stood out as a symbol of unwavering integrity and stoicism. As Julius Caesar rose to power and declared himself dictator for life, the Roman Senate, once the backbone of the Republic, began to collapse under his dominance. Amid this upheaval, Cato made a bold and timeless decision. Rather than compromise his values or submit to tyranny, he chose to walk away from the Senate. This act wasn't a concession or sign of defeat, it was a profound demonstration of dissent. Cato's choice was about more than just stepping down from a political position. It was a powerful reminder that sometimes walking away is the strongest statement one can make. His refusal to engage in what he saw as a corrupt system serves as an enduring lesson on integrity and the strength found in standing firm on one's principles. This lesson is as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. When faced with situations where our values are compromised, whether in personal relationships, work environments, or societal structures, choosing to walk away can be a reclaiming of power. It allows us to preserve our sense of self and make room for environments that better align with our ideals. In modern life, we frequently encounter situations that sap our energy, diminish our sense of self-worth, or otherwise undermine our well-being. These toxic environments can take many forms: relationships where we feel belittled, workplaces where stress and negativity are the norm, or social circles that consistently drain rather than uplift us. The first step in reclaiming our power in such situations is recognizing the toxicity. Key signs of a toxic environment often include a sense of constant discomfort or unease, leaving us unable to fully relax or feel secure. You may find yourself manipulated, criticized, or belittled, eroding your confidence over time. In such spaces, our mental and emotional resources are constantly depleted, making it difficult to maintain a positive or healthy outlook. Over time, the damage accumulates, making the need to walk away not just an option, but a necessity for preserving one's well-being. This is not an easy choice, but it is one that holds immense power. In Stoicism, there is a clear path for managing such environments. Central to Stoic thought is the idea of focusing on what is within our control and letting go of the things that are not. When faced with toxic environments, we often find ourselves frustrated or powerless because we can't control the actions or attitudes of others. However, as Stoicism teaches us, we can always control our reactions, our mindset, and most importantly, whether we choose to remain in that environment. Epictetus, one of the leading voices in Stoic philosophy, emphasized that our responses to life's challenges are entirely within our control. His teaching provides a powerful framework for dealing with toxic situations. Instead of feeling trapped, we are reminded that walking away is a perfectly valid response. Stoicism doesn't advocate for enduring unnecessary suffering. Rather, it encourages a life of reason, virtue, and peace of mind. If an environment continually disrupts that peace, the Stoic response would be to leave it behind. Understanding the toxicity in our surroundings is not just about recognizing the negative aspects. It's also about acknowledging how these aspects impede our ability to live a life aligned with our values. A person committed to Stoic principles would prioritize mental tranquility and moral virtue. Walking away from situations that consistently disrupt these states is not an act of weakness, it is an act of courage and self-preservation. It reaffirms our commitment to living a life of integrity. While the decision to leave toxic situations is liberating, it requires significant psychological strength. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes especially valuable. The Stoics spoke extensively about virtues like inner strength, emotional intelligence, and resilience, each of which is essential when considering the decision to walk away from harmful environments. Self-awareness is one of the most important tools in navigating such situations. Stoicism encourages deep reflection, allowing us to examine our thoughts, behaviors, and emotional triggers regularly. This self-examination helps us understand our values and what truly matters to us. It also sharpens our ability to recognize when our surroundings no longer serve us. With a clearer sense of who we are and what we stand for, we can make more informed decisions about when it's time to leave toxic environments. Resilience in the Stoic sense isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about thriving despite it. When deciding to walk away from something that no longer serves us, resilience helps us understand that endings are a natural part of life, and that they can be the beginning of something better. The ability to bounce back from negative experiences, adapt, and grow from them is key to seeing walking away as an empowering act, rather than one of defeat or loss. Emotional intelligence plays an equally critical role. In Stoic thought, emotional intelligence involves maintaining balance and composure, even in the face of external turmoil. In toxic environments where manipulation and emotional stress are common, emotional intelligence allows us to see through these distractions, remain calm, and act with purpose. This level-headedness makes it easier to recognize when a situation is unsalvageable and walk away with grace, preserving our dignity and peace of mind. Courage is perhaps the most crucial virtue when it comes to walking away. Stoicism places great emphasis on moral bravery, the ability to make the right decision even when it's difficult. Walking away often requires confronting uncomfortable truths and facing the reality that certain situations or relationships are no longer healthy. Making the decision to leave, despite the potential disruption or discomfort, is an act of courage that ultimately leads to greater peace and growth. When we cultivate these strengths, self-awareness, resilience, emotional intelligence, and courage, we become better equipped to handle toxic environments. Stoicism teaches us that detachment, when done thoughtfully, is an act of empowerment. We can leave behind what no longer serves us, not out of weakness, but from a place of strength and clarity. It's about ensuring that our actions align with our values and that we stay true to ourselves, even when the environment around us is chaotic or harmful. There's a profound lesson in realizing that sometimes the most powerful move we can make isn't to fight against the forces that oppose us, but to step away from them entirely. By removing ourselves from toxic situations, we create space for new opportunities and environments that better align with our goals and values. Stoicism reminds us that walking away is not a form of giving up, it's an act of integrity and self-respect. It's about choosing to live a life of virtue and reason. A critical aspect of Stoic philosophy is the concept of prohairesis, our ability to make choices. This ability underscores the importance of boundaries, particularly in difficult situations. Establishing clear boundaries is essential for maintaining our peace of mind and ensuring that our actions align with our values. In toxic environments, where personal boundaries are often disrespected, asserting and maintaining those boundaries is an act of self-preservation. Setting boundaries requires a deep understanding of ourselves, which is cultivated through regular introspection. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, self-reflection is key to understanding our values and defining the limits of what we will accept from others. By consistently examining our actions and motivations, we gain clarity on where our boundaries lie. Communicating these boundaries is equally important. Stoicism teaches us to express ourselves clearly and unemotionally, even in situations where emotions run high. If someone oversteps our boundaries, a Stoic approach would be to address the issue calmly and directly, without anger or resentment. For example, if a colleague frequently interrupts you during meetings, a Stoic response would be to privately and respectfully express how these interruptions affect your ability to contribute effectively. By doing so, you assert your boundary in a way that is firm but respectful. Maintaining boundaries once set requires perseverance. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of consistency and discipline. Boundaries must be upheld, not just once, but repeatedly, especially when they are tested. This doesn't mean shutting people out, it means creating a space in which you can thrive and interact with the world without losing your sense of self. Stoicism also teaches the importance of emotional self-sufficiency. Epictetus, in particular, emphasized that our happiness should not be dependent on external sources. Relying on others or external circumstances for emotional stability leaves us vulnerable to disappointment and suffering. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate a sense of inner peace that is grounded in our own values and choices. This doesn't mean isolating ourselves from others, but it does mean not allowing external factors to dictate our emotional state. As Epictetus famously said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we build emotional resilience and independence. This inner strength enables us to navigate toxic environments without being overwhelmed by them. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us that walking away from toxic situations isn't about retreating. It's about choosing a path that aligns with our values and preserves our peace of mind. It's an act of empowerment, a reclaiming of our space, and a commitment to living a life of integrity.